Do you know what happened to everyone from Class 1A after the end of My Hero Academia? Well, first up, we gotta talk about Ochako Uraraka. She didn't just become a pro hero, she even started a quirk counseling service for people with strange and misunderstood quirks, just like Toga's Transform quirk, because she wanted to help people so they don't go down the same dark path Toga did. And yeah, it worked. Her quirk counseling became super popular in Japan, and quirk-related crime rates dropped a lot. This service was so good, it even went international. Yep, Uraraka is actually pretty famous now for literally changing people's lives. That said, being both a pro hero and running her quirk counseling was really exhausting for her. But she keeps pushing because she feels like she owes it to Toga, as she still feels like she let Toga down. So she literally never does anything other than work. Well, until one day, when everyone from Class 1A reunited to celebrate Shoto becoming the number 2 hero. Yeah, we'll get to that later. Uraraka met Izuku, and they both finally confess their feelings for each other and become a couple. So she's a pro hero with a super popular quirk counseling service, and finally got the man she always wanted. But talking about Uraraka, we actually gotta talk about Asui as well. This girl went solo as a pro hero and even opened her own hero agency close to where her parents are, since she wanted to be closer with her parents and spend more time with them. She works hard doing hero stuff, but whenever she can, she helps and assists Uraraka with her quirk counseling, since they're still best friends and try to spend as much time together as possible. Now, I mentioned Shoto becoming the number 2 hero, so we gotta talk about him next. And yeah, this guy was super popular the second he became a pro hero, so it didn't take long before he became the number 2 hero in Japan. Why not number 1 though? Well, because that spot belongs to Lemillion. Oh, and guess what Shoto's pro hero name is? It's Shoto, the air conditioning hero. Yep, that's his actual hero name, I'm not even joking. Anyway, Shoto is always out doing hero work, and even though a lot of people actually first didn't like him that much because of his connection to Dabi and people finding out how cruel Endeavor was, the public quickly forgot all about that, because they love him, even though he's still really dense and awkward in interviews. Yeah, remember that interview training with Mant Lady? This guy hasn't changed one bit. Oh, and remember when Shoto helped those brats at Masagaki Academy with Bakugo and the others? Well, the kids literally nicknamed him Weenies Man because of the shape of his emergency supply kits. Yep, Weenies Man. Anyway, after seeing Shoto during the final war, Masagaki Academy actually started a festival in honor of Shoto, called 5 Weenies Festival. And it's an annual event that Shoto also comes to every year. He does this for the kids and also for himself to have fun, because he wishes he could have had normal and fun summers like this, instead of having to train all day. On top of all that, Shoto actually also takes chopstick and bowl creating classes, because he thinks food tastes better when you eat it with stuff you made yourself. And he actually also said one day when praying at Dabi's altar that he's always loved eating food, and now he has spare room in his heart to make it a priority, as he actually wants more out of life than just being a hero. And yeah, if there's one person who deserves to live a happy life, it's Shoto. Alright, next up, let's talk about Mineta. Now, I know you all think he's still as pervy as ever, but remember when he got brainwashed by Mina? That actually worked! Well, only for a little while, Mineta's now back to being his true self. Anyway, after becoming a pro hero, he worked at Mount Lady's hero agency, which actually was a really big deal, since Mount Lady was ranked the number 3 hero for a while. And this time, he actually did some real hero work, not just clean for her every day. He even helped coordinate and take down a major criminal in Japan, which got him a lot of attention. That success went straight to his head though, as Mineta thought he could go solo and become an insanely popular hero on his own. Spoiler alert, that did not go well. He didn't blow up like he expected, and later he even got called out online for sending DMs to fans. Yep, screenshots and all. So he crashed down the hero rankings all the way down to 108. Still, Mineta actually got some fans who like his determination to get a girlfriend. So yeah, he still works as a pro hero and is still chasing his dream of becoming the most popular hero in the world. And talking about Mineta, we gotta talk about Hanta Sero, because these two actually try to team up as much as possible as they're still really close friends. So Sero is obviously a pro hero, and even though his quirk isn't the flashiest, I mean he literally shoots tape out of his arms, people still love him. Yeah, Sero is always super happy and friendly to the people in the neighborhood, so he's actually pretty popular with the locals. Moving on, we've got Kyoka Jiro. Jiro works hard as a pro hero, but she's actually also an accomplished musician. Yeah, we all know how much this girl loves music, so she actually focuses more on her music career, because she feels her hero work has started to feel pretty boring. So in her free time, she even helps tutor Eri and gives her guitar and bass lessons, with Denki usually tagging along as well. Because Jiro actually became Eri's role model after Jiro's performance during the UA festival to help her overcome Overhaul's pain. So she's still a pro hero, but music is where her heart really is. Talking about Denki, he's up next. And after becoming a pro hero, he was really nervous about working solo. So when he saw that a local was open right next to Jiro's hero agency, he instantly took the chance to be close to her. Yeah, these two have always been super close. They sat together in class and always supported each other, though Jiro's been teasing him since day one. So yeah, Denki works hard and loves being a hero, and he also spends a lot of time with Jiro. So much so, in fact, that Sero straight up asked what's going on between them and why their hero agencies just happen to be right next to each other. And sure, Jiro just laughs it off like it's a coincidence, and Denki plays it cool and says he just got lucky. But come on, these two are obviously a couple. Yeah, I know we don't know that for a fact, but let's be real, guys, we know they're together. Now let's talk about Mezo Shoji, and this guy is way more than just a pro hero. Yes, Shoji became a huge symbol when it comes to standing up for mutant quirk users. Remember during Shoji's final war fight against Spinner? Shoji straight up vowed to end the cycle of hatred and violence aimed at people with mutant quirks. And this isn't just talk for him, he's literally lived through it. Yeah, growing up, people in his village were terrified of how he looked. He was judged, and even got beaten and scarred just for trying to interact with others. Like one time, a little girl cried when she saw his face, which made him start wearing his mask so he wouldn't scare people anymore. But now, he only uses his mask when he's a hero. Otherwise, he shows off his face and scars with pride. So Shoji is now a leader in relations between mutant quirk users and the rest of society, and he even got awarded the Imamura Peace Prize for pushing for peace and change in discrimination against mutant quirk users. So Shoji's work even turned him into a global figure for mutant quirk users everywhere. And talking about Shoji, we've got to talk about Koji Koda. Because even though Koda's also a pro hero, he's also Shoji's right-hand man when it comes to fighting for mutant quirks' rights, and he just loves it. Yeah, he's right by Shoji's side, and he doesn't even care that he's not in the spotlight. He's just proud to help, proud of Shoji, and proud to call him his best friend. So these two continue to work together for a better future for all mutant quirk users. Next up, we've got Kirishima. And this guy became a super popular pro hero just like his idol Crimson Riot. Or honestly, Kirishima actually became way more popular. Yeah, thanks to his strength, his dedication to being a hero, and all those loud, manly speeches, Kirishima got a lot of media attention. Like, they even made an actual documentary about his life, which boosted his fame even more. So now, Red Riot is super popular, especially with the guys, since he's seen as this manly inspiration for boys, and they look up to him as the ultimate manly hero. And yeah, he even dropped a manly calendar, which sold out instantly. So he's truly living the hero life he's always wanted. Someone else who became super popular is Mina Ashido. Yeah, she became a legit superstar pro hero, especially with younger fans, thanks to her non-stop energy and, well, her dance moves. Yeah, you could literally be walking in the streets and see Ashido with a crowd just dancing. She even started hosting dance events all over the country. Plus, she showed up at other big dance events and stayed super connected with her fans. Oh, and I know a lot of you hope that Kirishima and Ashido became a couple, and we know that they hang out with each other a lot. So yeah, it's up to you to decide if they ended up together or not. Anyway, let's find out what happened to Bakugo. This guy obviously became a pro hero, but he actually first worked as Best Jeanist's sidekick before going solo. And now he works really hard as a hero to become the #1 hero in Japan, which is his dream. So he climbed the hero rankings super fast because yeah, this guy's strength is obviously insane. But yeah, one time a fan recorded him in action and Bakugo was obviously screaming at him. And this video went viral and boom, his ranking dropped all the way down to 15th. So Bakugo is obviously strong enough to become #1. But people just can't get over how aggressive and rude he is to everyone. And as we know, he sucks at interviews and just screams at people. Still, Bakugo fought his way back to rank 5, and that's because he actually got his rival back to fight with. But we'll talk more about his rival really soon. Anyway, he still hangs out a lot with Best Jeanist and Edgeshot who believe in him and help him out. Oh, and yeah, he got rich. Between being one of the top heroes and literally taking out All For One during the final war, or well, technically taking him out, he absolutely deserves every penny he got. And just to top it off, All Might eventually signed his card. So yeah, this guy is still working to become the strongest hero ever, which he's always dreamt about. Another former Class 1A student who works hard as a hero is Rikido Sato. And the only thing we know about this guy is that he's a pro hero, he still bakes a lot, and that he's actually really popular with both girls and guys. Plus, he actually hangs out a lot with Ojiro. And talking about Ojiro, he's up next. This guy is of course a pro hero, but he also runs his own martial arts dojo. Yeah, we all know how much Ojiro loves martial arts. Like it's literally his entire fighting style. On top of doing martial arts every day and being a hero, he hangs out a lot with Sato because he actually gives him a lot of advice. Plus, just like Sato, Ojiro is actually also really popular with both girls and guys. Someone else who's become super popular is Toru Hagakure. After going solo as a pro hero, she got a special suit that turns invisible whenever she does. However, her quirk has started to give her some problems, as she actually can't control when she becomes visible or invisible. So sometimes she's visible, and sometimes she's not. So one day when working as a hero, her face became visible. And after someone actually took a picture of her face, boom, it went viral. Yeah, everyone thought she was super cute. So she instantly shot up in the hero rankings, and she even got modeling gigs and promoted beauty products. But Hagakure actually didn't work alone as a hero, because the next character we gotta talk about is her sidekick, Yuga Aoyama. Yep, Aoyama ended up as Hagakure's sidekick, as he gave it his all to become a hero. And as we already know, these two work super good together, like when they took down Kuneda with that insane warp refraction naval laser attack. So yeah, they're now best friends, and Aoyama actually gets his happy ending, fighting as a hero, which he's always dreamed about. Now we've got Momo Yaoyorozu. Not only is she a pro hero, but she also teams up with Uraraka whenever she can to help expand what being a hero actually means, like doing quirk counseling and visiting elementary schools to guide kids. Plus, she puts her insane smarts and knowledge to use by doing a lot of research and being involved in many global projects. Someone else who helps Uraraka with her quirk counseling is Tenya Ida. We all know how close Ida and Uraraka are, so whenever he can, he also helps her out. But of course, he's mainly a pro hero. Yeah, Ida actually inherited his brother's hero agency after graduating and becoming a pro hero, which is exactly what he said he would do in the beginning of the series. Take on the name Ingenium and carry on his brother's legacy after Tensei couldn't be a hero anymore because of his injuries. But Tensei's injuries eventually heal, and with some support items to help him out, they become partners. Though it's a little confusing since they both literally have the same hero name, but Tensei is now referred to as Big Ingenium. On top of stopping villains, they also always quickly run through parks every day to help lost kids. So yeah, Tenya is living his dream, being the hero Ingenium and hanging out with his brother and idol every single day. Now another person who later on helped Uraraka with her quirk counseling is finally the guy you've all been waiting for, Izuku Midoriya. After losing One for All and being left with just Embers, Izuku stopped being a hero. Still, he's known throughout the world as one of the greatest heroes ever, so this guy is now super famous. But instead of being a hero, he became a homeroom teacher at UA and teaches hero history. And if there's one guy that knows everything about the history of heroes, it's this guy. I mean, he literally lived through the entire war with Shigaraki and All for One. And he's even talked to all former One for All users, so he knows everything that happened in the past, so he's just perfect for the job. Although, he does still talk way too fast and just mumbles. Still, he loves to teach and to guide the next generation of heroes. I mean, he gets to hang out with Koda all day, though Aizawa definitely thinks he needs to be way stricter with his students. However, deep down, he does still miss being a hero. But what he didn't know was that All Might and everyone from Class 1A, together with Melissa Shield and Mei Hatsume, created a high-tech combat suit for him, which actually was mostly funded and led by Bakugo since this guy is rich and wanted his rival back. And yeah, Izuku obviously tears up, and once again, he becomes a hero. Yeah, he instantly shoots up to number 4 in the hero rankings, being known as One for All Hero Deku. And yeah, this guy is now basically Iron Man. But even though he's now a hero again, he also continues to be a teacher, because he just loves to share his experiences with others every day. And to top it all off, as I said in the beginning, Izuku also finally confesses his feelings to Uraraka, and they become a couple. So, this guy is a teacher, top-ranked hero, and has a loving relationship. Yep, this guy is absolutely winning at life. Then, we've got Fumikage Tokoyami. This pro hero is always flying around with Dark Shadow at night and keeping the streets safe after dark. So Tokoyami is known as this mystery man who lurks in the darkness, so the villains don't even dare to go out at night. But he's not only a hero, this guy somehow ended up as a men's beauty product model. But I honestly get why. Now, you probably thought we were done, but nope, we obviously gotta talk about Hitoshi Shinso as well, as he joined Class 1A after Aoyama left. And Shinso, he achieved his dream of becoming a pro hero. And this guy is now actually doing deep cover organized crime missions, which is intense. Plus, he also often works at night, so he's gotten really close with Tokoyami, as they often team up and watch each other's backs in the dark. So that's what happened to every Class 1A student after the end of My Hero Academia. Who is your favorite character from Class 1A? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and watch this video next.